Hello Aries, Ashley here. Let's do your reading for the week of February 14th. So happy Valentine's Day to you. And we've got a big full moon this week as well in the sign of Leo. And that full moon, I believe, is actually going to activate the north and south nodes. So it'll be kind of a big deal, kind of like an eclipse, or it'll have like an eclipse signature to it. So it'll be interesting to see what comes through. So let's check out what's going on with you, Aries. We have the moon, the Queen of Wands, and the Four of Wands. The Chariot could definitely be dealing with a Cancer here. The Five of Cups and the King of Wands. So we have a King and Queen of Wands on the table here. Temperance. The Seven of Pentacles, and the Six of Swords. Alright. Eight of Cups, bottom of the deck. Conflicted about perhaps choosing to move on from something here. Something that at some point was quite important. We have the Lovers, the Sun, and the Nine of Cups. So it does feel like this is probably related to a partnership of some kind. Could be a deep, close friendship, but it could certainly be a romantic relationship. We have Leo showing up pretty strongly. But it looks to be like there's some disagreements, there's some problems going on here, and there's a decision here of potentially moving forward, and that is strongly showing up here in your first row. So for me, this is last week's energy. We have the uncharted sea, and so it's kind of like, trying to use your emotional body to help navigate, water is also intuition here. And, kind of moving into unknown territory here, right? You're kind of dealing with something that perhaps you've never encountered before. And so there's this need to use the intuition in order to navigate where it is that you're going. And we do have the moon showing up here as well. So for me, what this initially looks like is just trying to find some sort of balance within yourself so that you're able to decide how to move forward here. And it does look to me like with the Chariot showing up here, it could be that you're trying to move on from a situation or a person here. We have Sagittarius and Cancer here. Leo, Sagittarius. And we saw the Sun at the bottom of the deck. So those could be some of the signs you're dealing with. There's a lot of fire here as well. So could be another Aries. Let's see what this is about. And that Uncharted Sea card is a number 46, which reduced is a 10. So it could be the ending of something and having to kind of move forward into the unknown of a brand new beginning as well. With the moon, we have the Seven of Swords and the Five of Cups. So there's clearly been some sort of deception, some hidden deeper emotions perhaps for some of you. Now this could be you or the person you're dealing with. But with the Seven of Swords and the Moon there's definitely been some strategic hidden truths, right? And it has led to some pain here. We have the Five of Cups, and that's also your center card here. So there's definitely been some sort of loss or a heavy disappointment, something that may have been quite hopeful at one point, right? With the Chariot, we have the King of Swords, so some Aquarius showing up here, and the Magician, Gemini, Virgo. So it looks to me like there's a strong choice being made here to go ahead and move forward, to kind of step into your power and remove yourself from a situation. This could, for some of you, this could be a physical move. With Temperance, we have the Fool and the Star. So there's definitely this, trying to, I want to say strike a balance, but really kind of trying to get yourself into an emotionally stable place so that you can have a new beginning here and do so in such a way that is destined for you. So there's healing involved, right? Because we have all these difficult emotions that are here. So there's healing that's needing to happen. But I feel like that healing is tied to you having a new beginning here. So it's kind of this interesting dynamic. It's like there needs to be some healing in order for you to fully take this leap into this uncharted territory here, right? At the same time, part of your healing is going to take place once you make the move. So there's like this, it could be presenting as kind of a difficult challenge because it's like chicken before the egg or egg before the chicken, right? And we definitely have some serious majors showing up. Moon, Chariot, Star, Fool, Magician. So whatever's happened last week definitely threw some things into motion. And a lot of it may have felt quite outside of your control because when we have a lot of the major arcana showing up, that's often like almost universal energy that you're surrounded with. And so it does look like you're going to move forward and take this leap into something new and something unknown here. But there's a lot of pain associated with having to have, made that choice, right? Now this week we have protection. So it does feel like there are things at play here that are trying to keep you safe. I do also feel like there's a lot of self-care that could be had this week to help you to do some healing and kind of rebuild your own confidence. And you might actually have I want to say for some of you, you might actually have a very strong feminine energy showing up to kind of help you do that. So this could be a fire sign. This could be a Leo that you know. So at the same time that I feel like this energy is showing up within you to really kind of take care of yourself, I also feel like for some of you, there's someone like a friend, a mother, that could be coming in to kind of help to stand guard over you and reassure you that you are on the right path and that you can overcome this difficulty, right? The sadness that you're dealing with. All right, why the Queen of Wands? We have the Moon again, so it could certainly be a mother energy, right? And the Knight of Wands. Now, if you are dealing with a Leo, it could very well be that this person is also involved in having caused some of the pain that you're dealing with here. We had this regret, this deception here with the Moon, and the Moon is showing up here with some strong Leo energy as well. This kind of in and out, definitely attractive and passionate energy, but it's also unreliable or transient in nature. Can sometimes be someone that showed up as a player in your life. With the Five of Cups, we have the Ten of Swords. So there's definitely an ending here taking place that is painful to you, but there's also some healing involved here with Temperance showing up again. So it's like this, it feels divinely guided that this is actually happening. Now, of course, when we are dealing with something this painful, it kind of feels more like hell, right? It's not, but it's like this ending is going to actually set you on a better path here. It's, and at this time, this week, it looks to me like kind of a lag time in order to allow you some healing and maybe even boundaries to the outside world here, especially if you're dealing with someone who was kind of the perpetrator of your pain, right? With the Seven of Pentacles, we have the Ace of Pentacles. And the World. So I do feel like whatever is coming to an end here definitely could be a relationship. It's kind of like this ending is actually freeing up space within your personal energy to have this new beginning. So again, a similar energy to what I was saying here. It's like the healing needs to start in order to take the leap, but the leap will make sure that more healing happens. It feels like here a similar kind of situation where it's like this ending needed to happen, and it's very difficult, but it's actually because this energy here needed removed from your life so that you would have enough gas in your tank to have this new beginning. So it's kind of like the universe has stepped in to remove something or someone from your experience because there's something bigger planned, is what I feel like. Now, in the following week, we have Raw Intention. And so I do feel like you're kind of building up some of your own personal power and strength here, which kind of ties into what we just said. So there's definitely some sort of intention here. We have the Four of Wands just below it. So while this is often a card that talks about union, and that may be your or someone else's intention, it's also a card of manifestation, right? And so there's a strong manifestation showing up here. We have the King of Wands and the Six of Swords. So this could be a soulmate showing up here for you, especially if you were not dealing with a fire sign in the past, and you were, because this king and queen here are in this week and next week, and it looks to me like there's a potential here that in the past you might have been dealing with an Aquarius or a Cancer. So let's see, let's clarify this and see if we can get a better idea of who this might be. With the Four of Wands, We have, okay, now we have a King of Pentacles. So we're talking about stability here, right? And the Two of Cups. So there may very well be an earth sign showing up here for you, a Taurus. But to me, it's like your intention, what you're really getting focused on here after dealing with a very difficult ending is this raw intention of creating and building a solid soulmate connection. Something that actually has a foundation that isn't going to be, you know, shifting and moving under your feet. And what's interesting too, this raw intention card is a number 22. We have the Two of Cups here. But if you think about it, the 1111 card here, the Four of Wands, that's 2 and 2, 22. So it does feel tied together with this decision, this choice to create this for yourself. Because you've clearly been shown what you don't want, right? With the King of Wands, we have the Page of Swords and the Eight of Pentacles. With the Six of Swords, we have the Five of Swords and the Ace of Swords. So I really feel like what's showing up here is this. You're definitely cutting out the pain and the drama and the conflict of the past. It's like you're making a conscious choice. You're setting the intention that you're not going to do that again. Which is actually pretty impressive from the standpoint that the way this reading is laid out, my intention is that this is last week, this week, next week, right? But the turnaround time here is quite quick. Now I'm certain that there's additional healing for you to be doing here. That's showing up strongly. But it's almost like it could very well be that part of the way in which you protect yourself and you stand up for yourself is to kind of get pissed, to kind of get really angry at what's happened here. And it feels like, especially with this raw intention card being the color that it is, that could easily be that you've set a very strong intention to move away from the past person here out of anger, out of a deep feeling of injustice and like, I'm not going to tolerate it, right? You know, this Queen of Wands, she can get pretty fierce and fired up. I mean, she's a fire sign. So what's funny here though is like, I feel like you've decided to cut that from your energy and probably block this person off actually. And because with this King and Queen, now we have the Page of Swords and the Eight of Pentacles. So they're seeing you do all of this. I feel like they might even be spying on you, but I feel like what they're watching you do is step into your power here. And you very well might have a new soulmate already stepping in here in the next couple of weeks. Especially, I want to say, if that's the case, I feel like that's because, like I said, we had all these majors here last week. So it was something out of your control and was divinely guided. And it may just have to do with divine timing, right? Like this had to happen to open up your energy to this person that was going to show up. So I hope that makes sense. Looks like things are going to take a turn in a positive direction here. But it does look like there's been some difficulty in the last week or so to kind of get you to this point. So hang in there, Aries, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.